The faint hum of fluorescent lights flickered to life as Marcus Mitchell stepped into the pristine lobby of the corporate headquarters he had built from the ground up. Clad in a navy jumpsuit and gripping a mop, he looked nothing like the influential CEO he truly was. His usual sharp suits and commanding presence were traded for the disguise of an unassuming janitor, blending into the very environment he had created, like a ghost among his own empire. For some time, Marcus had suspected that his employees, particularly those in managerial roles, treated lower-level workers with disrespect. He had overheard whispers, noticed the high turnover rate among janitorial staff, and finally decided it was time to see the truth with his own eyes. Determined, he crafted a plan to go undercover and witness firsthand the real culture within his company. As the morning rush commenced, employees flooded into the building, each lost in their own world. Marcus quietly maneuvered through the bustling space, pushing a mop across the gleaming marble floor, unnoticed, ignored. A handful of employees offered polite smiles, but the majority walked past without a second glance. Then came Mr. Davis, the office manager. A towering man in his mid-40s, he carried an ever-present scowl and an air of arrogance that clung to his expensive suit. "Hey, janitor," Davis barked, pointing at an invisible stain on the floor. "You missed a spot." A sneer twisted his lips. Marcus gave a silent nod and resumed his work, unwavering in his resolve. He had anticipated this. Throughout the morning, Davis seized every opportunity to demean him, throwing sarcastic remarks, deliberately knocking over a cup of coffee just to watch him clean it up. Encouraged by Davis's behavior, others followed suit, chuckling behind Marcus's back. Despite the mistreatment, Marcus remained composed, silently observing. But what happened next solidified his decision. Later in the afternoon, an elderly janitor named Henry struggled to push a heavy cart loaded with cleaning supplies down the hall. Davis approached, a cruel smirk playing on his lips. "Need some help, old man?" he asked mockingly, pretending to show concern before laughing. "Maybe it's time for retirement." The humiliation on Henry's face was undeniable, yet he simply lowered his gaze and continued working, offering no protest. That was the moment Marcus knew change had to happen, and it had to happen now. As the day stretched on, he endured every insult and every act of disrespect, silently taking note of those who showed kindness and those who found amusement in cruelty. Finally, when the clock struck 5, he decided it was time to act. Gathering all employees, including Davis, into the conference room, Marcus stood before them, still clad in his janitor's uniform. "Ladies and gentlemen," he began, his voice firm yet steady, "allow me to introduce myself properly. My name is Marcus Mitchell, and I am the CEO of this company." A stunned silence swept through the room. Some gasped audibly, while others exchanged nervous glances. Davis's face drained of all color as the realization hit him like a freight train. "For the past day, I have observed how employees treat those they perceive as beneath them," Marcus continued, his sharp gaze scanning the room. "And I must say, I am deeply disappointed." His eyes landed on Davis. "Especially in you, Mr. Davis." Davis's mouth opened, ready to defend himself, but Marcus raised a hand, silencing him. "I have personally witnessed your blatant disrespect towards the janitorial staff. Your actions have fostered a toxic work environment, and that is something I will not tolerate in my company." With that, Marcus announced his verdict. Davis was suspended indefinitely, pending a full review of his conduct. The employees who had participated in the bullying would be required to undergo mandatory sensitivity training. Most importantly, new policies would be implemented to ensure that every employee, no matter their role, was treated with dignity and respect. As the meeting concluded, Marcus unzipped his jumpsuit, revealing the suit he had worn beneath it all along. With quiet confidence, he walked out of the room, leaving behind a company forever changed and a lesson that no one would soon forget. True power isn't found in a title, it's found in the way one treats others. We've reached the end of the story. Thank you for listening. Don't forget to subscribe and share your thoughts in the comment section below.